Hello. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Welcome back for those of you who subscribed and who are coming along this journey to freedom with me, who have already started this journey, I should say. And welcome those of you who are new to the channel and who are new to this journey with me. Thank you all for your patience and for your understanding. I know that in the beginning I stated that I would post a video every other Thursday, and I meant it. One of the things along this journey that I'm trying to be intentional about is sticking to my word, because with depression, mine at least, it makes it hard for me to stick to a lot of my plans. A lot of the things that I say I'll do, I end up not doing it. And so one of the things, not to get too far off the subject of what I'll be talking about today, but one of the things that I've started implementing is just simply not saying what it is that I'm going to do, because I don't want to, one, be a liar, and I also don't want to disappoint others or myself, because once you've told people what your plans are, you've kind of held yourself accountable, because now they're expecting it and you want to perform, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just don't have the ability to perform. But that's not to say that I don't plan to stick to my word. I intentionally said that I would post every Thursday. I'm sorry, every other Thursday. I put it on Facebook because I wanted to keep myself accountable. I knew that by saying it, I would feel a way if I did not perform. However, I thank you guys, as I stated, for your understanding, because this journey is not black and white. There are a lot of gray areas. There are a lot of times when I won't be able to perform. And I want you guys to understand, because we're going through this together. And so the same level of anxiety, or the same way that you may feel when you feel pressure, is how I feel. And honestly, the past 2 weeks, although the Lord gave me a word, I couldn't record. Like, I just couldn't. I didn't have it in me. I didn't want to. That's something that, I deal with. I just simply don't want to. Which turns into I can't. Like, I just, and that was the space that I was in. And one of the things that I want to be sure of is that I'm honest along this journey with you all, and that I'm extremely transparent. And so in that, sometimes I won't be able to give or post a video every other Thursday. Sometimes it'll be delayed. I may go an entire month without doing it. It's not that I mean to offend or anything of that nature. It's just simply my journey and where I am, what headspace I'm in. However, like I said, the reason why I stated that I would every other Thursday is to hold myself accountable. And that kind of ties into what today is about. Two things, or two topics for today. One being, you cannot run away. Sometimes we can't, I should say. That's how I felt this past 2 weeks. I just wanted to run away. I wanted to hide under a rock. I wanted to go on a sabbatical to a forest by myself, without my cell phone, with no communication with anyone. And I just wanted to go, and I didn't have an end time. Like, I didn't want it to be, oh, I'm gonna go away for a week, oh, I'm gonna go away for a month. I wanted to be able to go away And I still want to. Like, I want to run away most days. Run away from myself. Run away from everything for as long as I need to. Be in that space by myself so that I can feel everything that I'm feeling wholeheartedly. A lot of times during this journey, we're not able to deal with what we're dealing with because life doesn't stop. And so you kind of have to function in that, even though you're not functioning. Like, even though internally I feel dead, I still have to go out and I have to put on a smile, and I have to still communicate with others. I still have to do all these different things, but internally I don't really have what it takes. But thank God that He gives us what we need in those moments, because truly without God I really don't know like how I function, because I have school. I'm a full-time student. I work 2 part-time jobs. I have a family. I have a boyfriend. I have friends. I have goals and things that I just simply want to do. And a lot of times I don't want to do those things, and I can't do those things. Even though a lot of times people tell me that they don't know how I do it, because to the outside world I'm achieving things and I'm acting on the things that I said that I want for myself. However, for me, I don't feel like I'm really achieving those goals, or I'm as far as what people think. And that's a totally different topic of discussion, by the way. And so this idea that that life doesn't stop. You can't hide under a rock. So I won't say you can't, because some people have the means and the ability to do so. I thank God that He's given them those opportunities. But everyone doesn't. Everyone doesn't aren't able to drop everything. And so, because you're not able to, it's like, so what are you going to do in the meantime? What am I going to do in the meantime? One of the things that today, I prayed, and I gave myself time to not communicate with anyone. And I meditated and I prayed for an hour, and I wrote in my journal, which is one of the mechanisms that I've chosen as a means to cope, to deal with the anxiety piece, because things just run through my mind constantly, and it's a way to get it out of my mind and on paper, and just out of my mind, so I don't have to think about it anymore. Now that it's on paper, it's done, it's happened, we've acknowledged it, let's move on. And so back to this idea, like, okay, life doesn't stop. I can't go on a sabbatical. So what am I going to do in the meantime? In the meantime, we have to be intentional. We have to be intentional about being okay. Like I said with journaling, that's me being intentional. This page is me being intentional. I am doing this because my love for people and for helping won't allow me to not help myself. I can't help. My life can't be help to others if I am not helping myself. That's saying that basically, if your glass is empty, you can't pour into anyone else. It's true. And so with this, it's causing me to take those steps to be okay, so that I can help others be okay, so that my glass can be full, so that I can pour into others. And so back to this intention piece. What are you doing? What are we doing to be okay? When you don't want to get up, you have to get up. When you don't want to utilize those different things, those tools that you have to cope and to be okay, you have to do it. We cannot worry about feelings. Now, don't get me wrong. I did not record because I did not want to. So I was operating in my feelings. And sometimes you have to be kind to yourself and be gentle and know what space you're in. Sometimes you do have to give yourself that time to not be okay. But then while you're giving yourself that time to not be okay, you have to hope for and constantly, I guess, speak over yourself that you will be. Although I knew that I didn't want to record, I had hopes that by Sunday or by this time I would be able to. I never left sight of the goal. And so we have to do what it is that, do things that bring you joy, first of all. So if you love to ice skate, or if you love to sing, if you love to write, if you love to draw, if you love to, I don't know, pole dance, it don't matter. Like, do what brings you joy, because then you're getting yourself out of that funk. You're working through that depression. You're telling depression that you will not beat me. You're telling these negative spirits and these negative thoughts that they are not real, that they will not hold you back, and that you're gonna you have taken your life back. And like, truly, I haven't sang for real in years because of my depression, but I've been learning songs. I've been listening to music more. It was a point in time where I would just have my headphones in because I didn't want to deal with the outside world. But I wasn't listening to anything. Or I would listen to a song and I wouldn't feel anything. I wouldn't hear anything. They would just be in my ears for the sake of being in my ears. But I've started actually listening, actually taking the time to not be on social media, not do those things. That's another piece. Social media is, in my opinion, at least for me, is very detrimental to my journey because it causes me to compare myself. It causes me to become frustrated with things that I see, and it's a lot of negativity. It's just like the news. I don't watch the news, and so it's like, why are you constantly on Facebook? But I digress. But we have to kind of be in that space and know what your trigger points are. Know what those things that bring you down, know what they are, and intentionally not do them, not indulge in those things. Like, when I say be intentional, it has to be a day-to-day, minute-to-minute process. You have to say, oh no, this is not for me. Abort. I can't be in this. I can't be in this space. I can't dwell here. It's not healthy. If a thought comes to your mind, immediately push it away. Immediately say, no girl, no boy, I can't. Not today. I can't handle that. If somebody comes in your space and they're bringing negativity to you, a conversation or whatever, let them know, today I can't. Today I can't. And be unapologetic in that. A lot of times we worry about how others feel so much that we don't consider ourselves. And so I guess just in closing, know that although currently you cannot take that time for yourself, you may not be able to run away. In the meantime, do things to help you mentally get away. So even if that's writing, even if that's, like I said, ice skating, whatever, do those things and do them intentionally every morning. Wake up with the mindset that you are going to heal. Even when you don't want to, even when you don't feel like it, we have to tell ourselves it doesn't matter. I know that that's a lie, so I'm going to be okay. Whew, so much. So this is definitely good. There definitely will have to be a part 2 to this one. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning into this channel, My Journey to Freedom. I hope you guys achieve freedom with me, and I hope that these videos are doing something for you spiritually, mentally, to your heart, because I don't want them to just be put out for the sake of being put out. There is a reason for everything. I love you guys, and thanks again for tuning in. Have a great week.